Back here at Soldier Field, still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago! Christian McCaffrey, 40 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this.
We go! 70, Indy.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and now it's third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Raider able to find Isabella. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run with Elliott. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 5. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
Set, ready, 8, read. Double time.
A first down carry by Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Ready?
To throw on 2nd down. Rader escaping the pressure right. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Here we go, set, 10-2 soft. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. 0-0, Mike 3. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to hit it.
Operating from the gun, Rader. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away, maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And an alley to run. The 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there from McCaffrey. 66 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run as the Bears push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
Here's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
From the gun, Raider. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They run. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Back to you.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back? Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never. Let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Slam, slam, slam.
First down, Murray finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to float this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 47 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Tucker now for the extra point. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Smith. 31's the mic. I'm coming for you. You mine. Now.
Looking to throw. Raider eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Raider. And that is incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Murray now, looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's got Evans. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. Murray now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Murray. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Murray now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw again on second down. Murray. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up third down.
Makes it 3rd and goal.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Mike, 53, Mike. All day, just like that, 53.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down, as the Bears push further out in front.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
At their own 32-yard line.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Bang, 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 bang. Bang 61, Matchbox Lights.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Raider. Flush to his right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 57 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Murray now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. On the carry, here's Smith. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play. They'll run it now with Smith. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. It's the fullback taking it in as the Bears push further out in front. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone. Touchdown.
Great run and the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
It's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Elliott on 1st down to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. They're there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Raider, they'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. I got it.
Operating from the gun, Rader. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's get this, get this. 53 to Mike. 53, check 53.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And not the result they were hoping for there, at least in terms of the kick team, as that'll get out of bounds at just the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Back to throw. Raider under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Check me out.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 3.
On fourth down, Raider. And it is incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Mixon with a first down carry. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Down. 70 ended. Check. 53's mark. I know he ain't got it. Let's go.
And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
On the move to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with... 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now Joe Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Pittsburgh. No gain on this defense, no gain.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They try again with Cohen. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
It is just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Chicago, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem them.